Hi ladies, just gonna do this quick shading tutorial for you. I'm gonna show you it basically on a face first. I've not got time to upload it onto my YouTube, so I'm gonna quickly record it here. So if you wanted to add where your shades would be, you need to pick a focal point for your lighting. So I'm gonna do the light coming from this direction here, so as if there's like, you know, you got your sun there. So a lot of this side of her face will be light. I'm going to do it with just a normal pencil so it's easier for you guys to see. But yeah, so now you've got the light coming from this area. You'll find this side of her face, she would have a lot of shadowing. So if you look at the forms, like sometimes it's easier to look at it like if you're doing a self-portrait, so if you've got a mirror handy, it's also helpful. But you want to follow the structure of her face. Obviously this isn't going to be perfect because, you know, it's just a quick tutorial. But where her nose is, obviously the light, you'd have the light this side, but it wouldn't be this side because the nose comes out from the face. So you would have that darker area here and around the nose. And obviously around this side of her face, and also where her hair falls. And obviously a face isn't completely flat, so when I tend to put shading in, always I try to keep the edge curved or following the shape of whatever it is I'm colouring, because the same idea would apply if you're colouring an object or any kind of animal, but also you would have the shading round the cheekbones on this side, and then this area here would be more highlighted because it's not as close to this side of the face. So you would have the raised cheek, which would then catch the light that's coming from this direction. I hope that makes sense for you all. But sometimes it is easier to practice on grayscales, or just, like I said, like drawing a light source and just imagine where that light is going to hit. So this side of her face will be a lot darker than this side. You'd still have some shadowing, but you just got to think of the shape and the form of her face. So where you've got like a raised area, so if you look at my hand, for instance, I have the light is coming from this direction here, and my skin is catching the light better from this edge, and as it gets dark, like further down, it will get darker in these areas here and in between the fingers. And then these raised parts on my hands are also catching the light. But you'd also have a bit of shading on her nose. Obviously with coloured pencil it would look a lot different, but it's easier for me to show you with a normal pencil so you would see where the actual shades would go. You would also have, it wouldn't be as dark of a shade, but you would get some shading around the eyes. And then also where like her hair is blocking the light. But you wouldn't get nowhere near as much as you would on the other side. You would have a little bit of shadowing where her cheekbones are, like where they sit. But that's like the basics for that I use anyway for like if I'm shading a face or an object. I'll show you guys here as well. Like, so if you was to have, I don't know, like, say a vase. Excuse my rough drawings. And you had the light source again coming from this direction. That's your sun. Majority of your shading would be this side of your vase, but because it's a curved edge, it always helps to sort of like move your pencil in the like curve of the pot so that it gives it some sort of shape. Obviously it's easier if you're using colours because you can use different colours to get the definition. But I'm just showing you it with this, but obviously as it comes round towards the light, your colour would get a lot lighter, like so. Obviously this would be much darker. And on the inside of the pot, because you've got this beveled edge here, you would find that you would get shading on the opposite side because the outer edge is catching the light rather than the inside of the same area that's getting the light. And then this would be your lighter area, but as it gets further into the pot, it would get darker. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Like, all you need to do is just imagine where your light source is. Like, if you have a sticky note, like just little sticky tabs or something like this, if you don't want to actually draw your arrows on your pages, just stick the sticky note with the direction of the light where you want it to be coming from, just so it helps you picture where you have your light source. But once you get that down, it's much easier. I'd recommend practicing with just like one colour so that you can get the hang of it and then gradually use different like shades of the same colour to build it up. But yeah, I hope that helps you guys. Sorry it's a bit late to send the video, but yeah, if you want any more help, just let me know. I'll be happy to do so. Bye.